Hey guys, you all know how much I like to do crazy challenges. Well, for the first time I'm going to take these challenges to the highest arena possible, and see if I can beat these high arena players with terrible towers. A brave challenge indeed, because 35k medallions is a lot to gamble. The two bad towers will be Wizard and Helipilot for this game, along with a farm which is not a bad tower per se, but I'm bringing it just to make my life easier and increase the chances of winning. Unfortunately, this first guy does not seem to be the challenge I was looking for. Says a lot when he's using the same strategy as me, which I deem to be terrible. I know I've said this 1,000 times before, but I have to say it every video I mention wizards, or else some dumb kid who's never watched my videos before will say something about it. Yes, it's a fact that wizards are bad. If you think otherwise, then you are wrong. If bad is too harsh of a word for you, then let's just say there are other towers that does everything the wizard does but much better. That's why using them in boss arenas is basically suicide. Not to say you can't win with them though. If you rush well enough and your opponent is bad enough or makes a big mistake, then you can sneak a win through no matter what towers you choose. Just watch and see. So this just happened. I send an average round 8 yellow rush and this guy sells all 3 of his farms to get up a dragon's breath when he could have just boosted. LOL, rip him. Now I can just outfarm him and win, unless he does something like this. As bad as wizards are, you can still defend all out rushes with it. You just need to build a lot of them, as well as monkey boost, which make for a pretty expensive defense. Anyways, I guess this guy doesn't realize the DC wins glitch was fixed a year ago, so on to the next game. This guy seems okay, at least better than the last person judging by the stats, but still nothing to scoff at unless he surprises me with his play. And boy did he surprise me, but for all the wrong reasons. It's not every day you see 2 straight wizard using opponents in the best arena in the game. So one thing to point out is I switched out the Helipilot for a glue gunner, which is probably just as bad as the heli overall, but with me using wizards there was really no room to build a Helipilot, so I went with a surprise factor in the glue gunner. Perhaps someone will get a little antsy and go all out on my wizards only to find out I have a glue gunner at my arsenal and stop the rush dead in its tracks with a glue hose. That's one of the win conditions I've thought about, but if I want a better chance of winning I'll have to be really aggressive and end the game before round 20, cause no way will wizards and glue outlast many other loadouts. Anyways, that aggro rush didn't work. Although it's good to know he's got boomerang so I could try a sneaky combo rush later. But first I gotta deal with this zebra rush. Got a little greedy saving my boost, but wow, it almost cost me the game. In before 5 lives left title, Capra. He's gonna re-rush with more zebras, but this is where the glue gunner comes into play. I'm thinking combo regrow right now. Very expensive, but his wizard and ninja will definitely struggle versus it. Got the boost, I'll call it a success. And yum, a juicy tornado wizard. I think you guys should know what this calls for. Regro rainbows go go go. If he decides to rebuild his boomerang, then I've also sent a few combos underneath which should sneak through. Well, he did rebuild it, but way too late, so GG. 2-0 so far, but that's more because of the fact that we have yet to come across anyone who has been threatening. Alright, I hear the BTD gods have fulfilled my wishes. Not the best record, but he does have the chest 10 skill along with some pretty high-ranking badges, so that should mean he's at least somewhat skilled according to Ninja Kiwi, right? And yes, dart and farm just like I wanted. It appears he is laughing at me because I just built a wizard, but we'll show him who will get the last laugh. Naturally I am going to fall behind in farms because it's a lot more expensive to get the lightning wizard up to defend round 4 versus having just 2 dart monkeys do the work. If anyone wants reason number 628 on why nobody good uses wizards, even in the early game. Quick break from the game for a moment here cause I wanna talk about some in real life events. Old news by now, but I'm sure everyone has heard that the US dropped a MOAB on ISIS and it was pretty lit. However, it wasn't as strong as I would have expected it to be. The MOAB only lost ISIS around 94 lives or so compared to a normal MOAB which takes 616. What scrubs, I say. And one other announcement to note. I don't know how much longer I can continue with non-modded gameplay, but the new content means that will have to happen at some point, and I'm lazy to ask individual people around for the password, so if anyone knows the data.jetpass for Windows Steam on 4.3 then feel free to help a brother out, through private message or just in the comments. And now we go back to witness this intense wizard versus dart game. Got him to use a boost with a really weak white rush, so now it's time to gamble. It's probably the best chance I'll have winning this game. Just pray to the heavens that he doesn't get his ice shards or fan club up in time. Commas underneath just in case he doesn't get the upgrade on those darts. Guys, this is a top 100 player I beat here. According to Ninja Kiwi, this guy is one of the best 100 players in this game, even considering his 81st place prestige badge, which is supposed to show skill. Okay, so maybe it was just one game and not a big enough sample size to call this guy's skill not indicative of his in-game accolades, but look what we have here, a second chance to see if he can beat a scrub wizard and glue user. Surely he will be ready for another all-out rainbow rush if I send one this time. Now you may notice I started off with my lucky 4th tower and the ninja for this game, which sort of ruined the point of this challenge since ninja and farm is a pretty common meta start, but we'll let it slide cause I still plan on using wizards and glue as my main defense. Except for Moabs if we get to that point. So thank goodness for that ninja, because that means I can stay even in farms with this guy. And dang, that yellow rush by me got a lot of lives off of him even with a boost. But I guess it evens out cause I fall into the same trap of waiting too long to boost and almost costing me the game. I really thought Fireball Wizards would do better than that, but I guess not. Looks like he's going for that same ice tactic again for early leads, but it isn't gonna do him any favors for whites. So because he didn't boost I won't be rainbow rushing him this time, I'll have to wait for the right opportunity to strike. That ice seems to be working very well for him against those regrow leads, goddamn, making me lose a lot of money with these rushes and falling far behind in farms, but that's what I gotta do or else I'll lose. Alright, last-ditch effort everyone. Each rush leads me further away from victory, so we must go all in with this one. I'm banking on his darts not having combo protection here cause it's the only way to get past the ice shards. He's going to freeze all the balloons, but what else is he going to do? WTF, he's too busy spamming laugh emotes and not selling his farms. Repeat after me everyone. Skill leaderboard. Top 100 player. More like top 100 grinder. If that isn't enough proof of this crook-ass system, I don't know what is. Take that for data. Granted, both games were pretty close to going the other way, but still, if you're a top 100 player you sure as hell should have a fast enough micro speed to get up a fan club in at least one of those two situations. Anyways, I really did not expect to go 4-0 on this challenge so far, but that's what happens when you get a little lucky with the matchmaking, I suppose. This current opponent's win ratio is actually the best of the bunch despite not having many games in or medallions, but already he seems to be doing just as well as the last guy in this early game. Shit, I better pick up the pace, or else this video will be dragging out for too long. So let's just skip very, very far forward, up to this point where I get him to sell a couple of his farms just to defend this. Unfortunately for me, he knows exactly what the right thing to do is, and that is to sell some of that defense to rebuild his farms, which mostly makes up the difference for how much I spent on that rush. I have a feeling nobody cares and just wants to see the end, so here you go. No way I can defend this BFB, so I gotta go for a similar rush like last game and hope it works. But I messed up, I didn't send enough comma balloons and accidentally sent a few spaced ones. It looked like he died on my side, but only 30 lives were lost. Damn, if only I sent one less Moab and didn't misclick, it could have been 5-0, but hats off to the guy for barely surviving my super scary wizard and glue strategy. There's one more game I have to throw in here against a familiar foe, cause you know me, gotta end everything off at a high note. I'll just let you see the end of this though. Thanks all for watching and making it to the end of another video. Again, if any kind soul would lend the Steam password for battles, that would be great, cause I'm too lazy to ask someone else. I like to get things handed on a silver platter by my slaves. Have an interesting day.